Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And this time I'm gonna do this bench power supply which I built a while ago, because it was a single rail power supply, and I'm gonna upgrade it to a dual rail power supply. So the front panel I already built it, so I have voltage and current from the first one with the output over here, voltage and current for the second one with the output here. So everything what I need to do is to take out everything inside of this box and add this linear power supply, which are very cheap. I find them from AliExpress, and instead of using these potentiometers I'm gonna use this multi-turns that is more you have more resolution when you are selecting the voltage and current on the output. So without further ado, let me start taking everything out from this box. And here we go, lots of stuff that I can salvage from this, because it's gonna go out also the toroidal, because I have other transformer that will gonna go in this project. So this is gonna be the transformer that I'm going to use for this one, because it's dual 20, and with those module I can get dual 24 volts DC, which is perfect for preamplifiers, because I'm building this power supply for testing some preamplifiers, because I have a lot and I need to do some videos about them. So that's why first I want to build the power supply in order that I can test those preamplifiers and build them. So yeah, let me salvage everything and I'll start putting inside whatever I need for the new power supply. And here we go, I have everything installed in, so you can see I have a piece of heat sink where the power transistor to dissipate the heat when you are using this linear power supply. The transformer, which as I say, it was recycled from another device, so it's good for this one. Actually it should be good one of dual 24, but this one is dual 20 and it's okay. It's generating a DC voltage of dual 24, which is most common for most preamplifiers, this voltage, a dual 24 volts. These boards, they have the voltage regulator of 24 volts, so you can put also 12 volts, but I suggest you don't power the meters from that voltage that is generated by the voltage regulator, because it's using the ground before this resistor, where actually the current limiting op-amp is reading the current through this resistor, so it will not work how should be. So that's why I create another board here, a rectifier board with two rectifier bridges, two capacitors and two voltage regulator at 12 volts to power these ones. I'm gonna draw in the paper later on to show you all the connection how I did here, like that. If you want to build such a dual rail power supply, you can follow my video and it's easy for you to do all the connections. Let me now power this device, because it's ready to be powered, and see if it's working. So here we go, it's powered on, is working perfectly. So I have this is voltage and current for this side, and then I have voltage and current for this side. And then to just become a dual rail power supply, I'm just putting in serial the positive from this to the negative on this, and I have positive, 0 and negative, 0 and positive, so it's easy. These switches are to turn on the output and to switch off the output, because it's much easier to be the output off in order to regulate the voltage that you want, and then you turn on the output. So let's do a demonstration. So let's increase, because I'm using a resistor of 8 ohms, so to do the ohm law much easy. So 8 volts divided by 8 ohms should be 1 amp, show me on the meter. So let's regulate to 8 volts. Okay, so we are about there, 806, it's okay. And let's turn on. So you can see here is show me 8 and this 7.8, and see the amps working better with this multimeter than the voltage reading from this meter over here. But it's okay, for it's just a hobby one, it's not a professional one, but it will gonna help you a lot for your projects. So let's go up until here become 8. So if you can see 8, 1 amp, so the ohm law working perfectly. So 8 divided by 8 go 1, and definitely we have 8 watts. So also this one measuring perfectly. Let's switch off this one. Let me just swap to the other resistor, that is the bottom for this side. So let's regulate also here up to 8 volts. So we are about there in 8 volts. Let's turn on. So you can see 8, and we have 1 amp, which is correctly, but the wattage is not correctly. So, as I say, I bought only this one now. This one I have it already using from the old power supply that I use it was a single rail. So I just bought one, but at the end is not the same, because you can see here it show 8.17. Here it says 0.08 points. So it's something a bit different. I'm gonna have a look to buy a new one like this one, because this one is the old one, and the link for buying the same model, it's not available anymore on AliExpress, but this one is recently bought, and definitely I can buy a new one exactly like this one and swap it. It's the same. I don't need to cut the front panel. It's working perfectly. So yeah, and then as I say, it should work up to with the 20 volts power, 20 volts AC. I should get the 24 volts DC. So you can see here we are almost there. So it's 23.4, and if I turn on, let's see, is the other one. So let me also do this one up to maximum. So I'm on maximum, it show me 22.8, and if I turn on, it show me only 17 volts, because we are drawing more amps than the transformer can deliver, because the transformer is just 2 amps. So obviously there is a voltage drop straight away from the transformer. And yeah, it's working perfectly for something under 2 amps load, because this is just 2 amps, but the voltage regulators, the linear voltage regulator, can deliver up to 3 amps. So if you install a more powerful transformer, definitely you're gonna be able to take out from it also 3 amps. But as I say, limiting from the transformer that I have, I don't want to spend money on transformer. I'm just having 2 amps with the maximum voltage divided by the resistor load that I can have. So if I do some ohm law, I can understand the maximum voltage for this resistor to have only a 2 amps draw. Okay, so now let's go to a piece of paper and a pen to show you all the connection I done, like that if you want to build one like this one, it's easy following my video and do all the connection how I did. Okay, so let's start like that. So we're gonna start by doing the 245 volts AC from the mains, and we have passing through a fuse, and then is going to the transformer, which have 2 outputs windings, and in my case are dual 20 volts, but like I say, you can go up to 24 volts. So I'm gonna say 24 volts 24 volts AC, and here 24 volts AC. Then from here we are going to have a bridge rectifier over here, and we have, let's see, here is positive, here is negative, we have a capacitor, then we have a voltage regulator which is 12 volts DC, and another capacitor over here. And from here we're gonna power the multimeters that are on the front panel, and we have again the same. We're gonna have another bridge rectifier over here. So let me draw another bridge rectifier over here, same with the positive and negative, and this one goes to the second winding. And from here we have the same things, a capacitor, voltage regulator, and another capacitor, which is this one also 12 volts DC voltage regulator. And we have 1000 microfarad over here, 1000 microfarad here, 100 microfarad, 100 microfarad. These capacitors are 25 volts, and this one is just 16 volts, because we have just 12 volts output, right? And then I will gonna say that I have, this one is one voltage regulator block, and we have another voltage regulator block over here, and we have the AC that goes inside straight away for the voltage regulator, because has on board his own bridge rectifier. So we're gonna do the same. From here we're gonna connect a wire up to here, and from here, from this winding, we're gonna connect a wire also to that one. Same we're gonna do also this one. From here we are going to have connect to this one, and from here we are connecting to this one. And here we're gonna have the output positive, output negative from the voltage regulator. Here we have positive, and here we have negative of the voltage regulator. And here we're gonna have our, this one are the voltmeters on the front panel, and the voltmeters on the panel, they have 5 wires that comes off from it. So one is to power the meter, which is the red and black usually. So we're gonna have positive from here goes to positive, and negative from here goes to negative. Same as this one, positive, negative, and positive from here goes to positive, negative from here goes to negative. Using a different power supplies, bridge rectifiers for the meter, when we put in series these two voltage regulators, we're gonna not short the ground, because these ones, they don't have ground on a positive and ground on the negative. Both of them, they are using negative ground in order to measure the current. So obviously, if I have the same negative here, when I put this one two in series, I'm gonna short one of the power supply. So we need to avoid that one, so that's why we are creating a separate supply power, two, not one, not the same power supply to power both of them, each individual for each one. Then we have the white wire, which is on these meters, that measuring the voltages for the output of these two voltage regulators. And then we have a thick black and a thick red. So I'm gonna put this is red and this is the black, and I'm gonna put also here the black and the red that goes to measure the current on the meters that are in this voltage meters. Okay, so then we have output, the positive and negative, and we have another output, positive and negative. And then we have a switch over here, and we have another switch over here. And then let me show you how these are the connection from here to here. So definitely this one, they are measuring the positive. So this one, it will gonna go straight away to measure the positive on the output of this one. And this one, it will gonna measure the positive on this one. So let me go with the wire to the positive on this one. Okay, so this one, they will gonna measure straight away the output of these ones. Because if I use straight away on the banana after the switch, I will not be able to measure until I will not switch on the switch. So that's why we measure straight away from the output over here. The black wires from these ones, the same, they will gonna go straight away, the thick ones, okay, they will gonna straight away to the negatives of this this power supplier. So they will gonna go, this one from here goes to the negative, and this one from here goes to this negative over here. And then we have the red from this one goes straight away to the negative, and the red from this one goes straight away to the negative to that one. And then the positives from here goes to this switch, and from the switch goes to the output. The same also here, the positive from this voltage regulator goes to the switch, and after the switch goes to the output. And here we're gonna have the DC voltage regulator. And then when we are putting these two in series, we're gonna have here a 0 voltage, here a negative voltage, and here a positive voltage. And I think this drawing will gonna help you in order to do all the connections if you are planning to build one like this one. And as I say, if you are using a transformer that is capable 4 amps, definitely on the output of this voltage regulator, you're gonna be able to have 0 to 30 volts up to 0 to 3 amps current limiting. And in terms of cost, it's really cheap. So for example, one kit of this one, I spend on it not more than £3. So let's see, in 2 kits with the power transistor included, it's £6. The heat sinks I had around, so let's see, I will not put in calculation. Transformer, I have it around, so I will not put it in calculation, because as I say, you can harvest very easy a transformer from other devices that you have around. But if you need to buy, yeah, it's quite, the transformers are quite more expensive. Let's see, maybe one like this one, it will gonna cost you around £15. A piece of heatsink like this one, it will gonna cost you around £5, let's see. And yeah, but consider £3, few bridge rectifier, few voltage regulators on my stock I had, so I don't spend nothing on this one. The only thing what I still spent some money, it was these switches, which I bought it in one mailbag video. I'm gonna link it up here somewhere, yeah. And I'm gonna see, yeah, very cheap also. This one are not expensive. This one already was here in this chassis, which it was already a power supply but single rail, so whatever it was in, I use it. One of these meters was already here, so I use it. I just spent another £4, I believe, in another meter. And I had some these multi-turn potentiometers, which I added on this case. And the chassis, I already have it. But let's see, if you need to find a chassis in this size, you're gonna might spend another £30 on the chassis. Overall, yeah, for me cost me only maximum, let's see, £20 for all this stuff, because okay, I had in stock, but long time ago I bought also this one. So overall in total I spent already like £20, and I have a dual rail power supply, because limited by the transformer I can go only up to 2 amps. But I say, if you go with the 4 amps transformer, definitely you can have 3 amps on the output of this voltage regulator, because the transistors is rated to 3 amps. Now let me put this cover back and make it ready for my power tools on my working bench. And here we go, the enclosure is closed, so everything is ready to run on my working bench here around. I'm gonna set up a very accessible place, because like that, when I need to do some project that doesn't require too much current, more than happy to use this one. And yeah, I'm gonna have some preamplifiers soon to test it and to build it up. And definitely with this one it will gonna be perfect, because for preamplifiers that are more sensitive on the signal, it's better to have a linear power supply than to have a switching mode power supply. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like, don't forget to subscribe and activate notification bell, like that you will not miss my next projects. And if you have any question, if you might want to build and you stuck and you don't know how to do it, I'm more than happy to help you, so please leave your comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer your question. Until the next video guys, and until my next projects, have a good day and bye bye!